People, you already know I gotta share this to the book first before I get it in. I'm here. Your boy is here. Magnificent Mondays. I'm gonna start calling this Magnificent Mondays on Monday. You know my blood sugar low around this time, so this is what I gotta do. But it's my opinion. Mondays are magnificent. Mondays are magnificent. We got to start having a different mindset with the beginning of the week. Some people see it as dreadful, like, I gotta go back to work. My weekend wasn't long enough. Oh my gosh, I don't want to see my coworkers again. I see it as something differently entirely. Even though Sunday is the actual first day of the week, but for the most part in the Western world, Monday represents the day that you go back to work. To me, it represents a fresh new beginning. Whatever you couldn't finish the week before, or whatever mistakes you made the previous week, see Monday as an opportunity to start repairing those mistakes. Or see Monday as a fresh new start, new beginning for a new foray. See Monday as the cycle repeating itself or starting over. If you know anything about me, if you've been following me this long, I know about my philosophical beliefs. I don't believe in an ending. I believe in this. That symbol is the infinity symbol. Like an 8, a sideways 8. And we are constantly doing this. And Monday is just a point on that infinite loop. And you're just getting there. Or you can say there's a circle, but I like the loop. I like the 8. And whatever point on that 8 a Monday is to you, it just represents an opportunity to try it again, to do it again, to begin again, refresh. Don't wake up shredding the Monday. And some individuals, their last day was Monday, literally. Their last day in this particular form, whichever form that is, but you woke up, probably had your pot of coffee, probably ate some cereal, whatever. If you're able to watch me right now on this phone or whatever device or contraption that you're using, and it's Monday, just feel fortunate, because there's some individuals that don't have this to be able to experience this. So be thankful and be appreciative. I don't like saying be blessed, because I'm not really a religious individual like that, so I try to stay away from the religious rhetoric so as to identify me as not to be confused by a religious individual, because I'm not. But I am like an esoteric, I am an esoteric spiritual individual. So to show gratitude, if you woke up this Monday, whatever struggle, pain, or drama that you was dealing with the previous week, see this Monday as a fresh start to help rectify whatever situation that you're going through, or continue to build upon whatever it is that you're doing to get to where you need to be. Hey, what's going on, Noah? I need y'all help. Let me know if it sounds windy, because when I do these broadcasts now, I no longer use this scratchy phone case. That's why it looks way clearer than before. But the last time I did this, I had my AC going and it was real loud, you know what I'm saying? So the audio was sounding kind of terrible. Hey, what's up, Alex? What's going on? Aisha plays. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Popping in. Magnificent Mondays, man. Feel magnificent. This comedian Mo Green, for those that don't know me, I'm out of Hartford, Connecticut. Been doing stand-up comedy going on 13 years now. We actually got a show coming up this weekend at the Elbow Room in West Hartford, Connecticut. The tickets are, the link for the tickets are aprilfoolishness.eventbrite.com. It will be headlined by Gary Alexis featuring Annie Benani with guest comedian Dan Brown. You said something make me cry. Well, crying is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you know, you got to cry to let out your emotions. That's the only way your body can express whatever emotion that you have bottled in. And you never want to keep it bottled in, so sometimes you want to let it out. As long as you're not hurting nobody, sometimes you want to let it out in the form of a shout. Sometimes you want to let it out in the form of tears. Sometimes you want to let it out in the form of aggression, as far as like lifting weights, or sometimes you want to let it out creatively. Sometimes if the only way you can get it out is to get them tears out, let it flow. Let the tears come out, you know, because sometimes when you keep those emotions bottled inside your head, and basically you're thinking of all the worst case scenarios, and you're keeping it bottled in. When you keep gas and emotions bottled in, what happens? Like inside of a bottle, it swells and it swells and it swells, and if you don't let it out, what happens to that bottle or that container or that plastic bag? It explodes. Emotionally, you don't want it to explode, so you want to do that pressure release valve. Let that emotions out. So if you gotta cry, let the tears come down. And then sometimes, you know, crying ain't only for sadness. Sometimes you cry for joy. Sometimes when I get excited about music or a piece of art, the only way my emotions knows how to release that, tears come out. But in a positive way. This dude got his air brakes on. I know y'all can hear it. It sounds like a helicopter. It sounds like machine guns. Man. You said any Turks in the building? Hey, man. Everybody's welcome within here. Everybody's welcome within this chat. As long as we being positive, I don't do no negativity, no nonsense. I just do uplifting speech and stand-up comedy. Now, I'm starting to get warm, but I don't want the air from the air conditioner to ruin this video, so I'll open up my moon, you see right here, I open up my moon roof, so hopefully the wind from up here doesn't affect down there, but I need to cool off somehow, and I don't want to ruin the audio here. I'm getting my lapel mic. Once I get my lapel mic, we're going to go back to having the air conditioner on. Air conditioner on real low. Let me know, whoever's watching, let me know if it sounds windy, man. But yeah, Mondays are magnificent, man. It's a perfect opportunity to just start over afresh and just attack this life thing in a positive way that you can, man. Life is not something that is happening to you. Life is something that you are experiencing. So just enjoy your experience as much as you can. I know I am. Do I get sad at times? Yeah. Do I get pressed at times? Absolutely. But now, I try not to like have those emotions, like let those emotions like bother me as much. I try not to take it as personal. And I always know, regardless of what emotion that you feel in life, all of it is temporary. Because it's like that 8. It's always changing. You just gotta stay focused. I gotta close this. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too loud. You just have to attempt to stay focused on your purpose as much as you humanly can. Don't let your emotions, don't let outside things govern your internal reactions. Or at least that should be a standard that you should try to live by as much as you can. Because if you let outside things constantly dictate how you react, then the world is controlling you. The world has control over you. Everything that you watch has control over you. And it's okay for things to have influence over you, especially if it's positive. But if it's something negative that's putting you in a negative mindset, never let it have control over you. Like, recognize, like, even if you feel angry at a situation, like, just look at that situation, analyze it, and be like, if I react on this, how will this benefit me? How will this benefit my life overall? You're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna want to rage out and be angry. But you got to think beyond that. You got to think about bigger purpose, man. Whatever that purpose is in your life. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you your purpose. You know? I can't tell you your purpose. One thing I do know is this truck with his air brakes loud as hell in the fast lane when he shouldn't be is mad annoying. But maybe it's beneficial. I'm not going that fast right now. But he just opened up the fast lane, so now we're picking up speed. He moved his big behind over. Thank God. That's all I wanted to do as far as a sense of motivation. You know, I always do like a motivational monologue in the beginning. But the tapping was mainly started from its inception 40 episodes ago. 39, because this is the 40th. 39 episodes ago. Really 40, because I got a 0.1 episode in there. Because one time, I think episode 15, I recorded it, but I accidentally put mute and didn't even realize it. So I had to make a episode 15.1 explaining what happened, and I briefly summarized what I could remember as far as what that episode was. And it just keeps me in the mindset to always pay attention to what I'm doing when I'm recording, to make sure, as y'all see, the video is better. Hopefully the audio is more clear. Once I get that lapel mic, I'm getting that lapel mic tonight. And so tomorrow, the audio should be real good. Hopefully. You know? I know this is a car. You know, I know this is a rolling studio. But there are things that I have in my control that I can purchase to improve the experience and separate me from other individuals that do this. I see a lot of people, they'll go live, but they won't be driving. Like, and this probably isn't advisable, but you see, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm paying attention to the road. Every now and again, you know, my eyes will drift over here, you know what I'm saying? But, all right, we're gonna hop into some jokes. I ain't gonna keep your time too much. I know some of y'all that wanted to hear some jokes. I'll hop into some jokes. So we hop into it. My girlfriend texted me this morning. She texted me a picture on the side of the toilet bowl. It was a few drops of urine. Obviously for me, unless she cheating on me. She's like, "Dag, babe, how many times I gotta tell you to clean this toilet?" And I get where she's coming from, but my lady been on her period. So we have not been able to do what adults do. So she's not being pleased in that area. I know for a fact If I was knocking it out the frame over the weekend, I would not have gotten those texts. It made me realize something, man. When you're knocking it out the box and doing your job, your lady don't care if the bathroom looks like a porta potty. All of a sudden, she forgets. But when you're in a doghouse, that bathroom looks like Taj Mahal. I can tell if you pleasing your lady, just by the way that your bathroom looks. Clean bathroom, she's pissed off. Dirty bathroom, you're doing your thing. But even beyond that, if you're doing your thing, she gonna clean the bathroom, she just ain't gonna care to clean up after you. But when you're not doing your thing, it could be one whisker on that sink, and she will be calling the lawyers up, drafting divorce papers. I'm just how your bathroom look. That's just let me know. Let me know how your bathroom look. That's all I'm saying. New joint I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? New joint I'm working on. The next one, this is more or less like a rant. This is more of a rant. Trump done stirred up the whole world, mainly white people, again. Apparently, he has a picture of himself looking like a deity that the white folks would call Jesus. Because he has on robes, he has the bright sun behind him, he's putting his hand on which looks like a sick person's forehead. In his other hand, you see the power and the glow. And white folks is like, oh my God, how dare you blaspheme and depict yourself as Jesus? I've been thinking that myself for the past 30 years, ever since I started studying the origins of Christianity and religion. White people, how dare you depict Jesus as being white? You can't get mad at a white man for depicting himself as Jesus, who's not white, when you yourselves depict Jesus as a white man who is not white. The jokes write themselves. See, in that joke, it's easy to attack Trump in that instance, and I mention it. But the bigger thing, the irony to me, is a group of individuals culturally appropriating what they think Jesus looks like, or my bad, I'm saying it wrong. A group of individuals mad at a white guy, Trump, who they'll say is culturally appropriating their Jesus. When white people who think Jesus is white, when the Bible clearly says he has hair like lamb's wool, feet like burnt brass, and when he spoke, it sounded like thunder or something like that. You know, black people got deep voices, black people got nappy hair, and black people got black feet. That's a black person that the Bible was talking about. But somehow they eliminated all that and made Jesus look like Kenny Loggins in the 1970s. So they mad at Trump, but even like it was a press conference and Trump was saying, I just see that's not a picture of Jesus, that's a picture of a doctor. I see myself as a doctor. Like, we know Trump is trolling, but the deeper meaning is that character that Trump is depicting, he's not depicting Jesus because Jesus ain't white. Now, I know in his mind he thinks he is, and he thinks he's trolling, but the deeper sub-meaning, if you know anything about the origins of Christianity and how they describe Jesus, you basically got two factions of white people arguing over something that both of them are wrong about. Now, obviously, I'm preaching in this moment, but the whole joke about y'all mad at Trump appropriating a deity that you guys are misappropriating, I think that's brilliant, man. I see the humor in everything, man. Folks don't want to talk about that. I made a Facebook status about it. I know I'm gonna get some backlash, but I'm not even gonna argue. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up the scriptures specifically that describe how Jesus looks. How the heck you gonna get a dude from the Middle East, a Jewish guy from the Middle East, and all of a sudden you think he blonde hair, blue eyes, with long, stringly, straggly hair? How you get that? And if you know anything about the popular depiction of Jesus, I think it was instituted by I think the Catholic churches would establish that, but I think that picture is actually Constantine. It's somebody, I can't think of it off the top of my head. You know, whoever watches this later on, y'all gonna figure it out, whatever. But yeah, I just I find it quite hysterical. I think that's a really funny thing. He got y'all up in arms like that. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more jokes. I'm keeping it more clean. I think Thursday gonna be my dirty Thursdays, but I'm thinking about some more bits that I can give you guys. I'm gonna give y'all some stuff that I worked out. That's been worked out, man. Yo, I hope y'all got your life insurance, man. Get your life insurance. Life insurance is a fantastic thing to have, man. Because one, you know, until Elon makes the nanotechnology to make us live forever, we got to take care of our loved ones once we pass away. That's the way, you know, take care of our loved ones. And also, life insurance is a good thing because if your time on this earth was pretty underwhelming, and you did a bunch of nonsense, if you got life insurance, the only thing your family gonna remember is that you breaking them off with a policy. You know, they gonna forget the fact that you used to steal change when they wasn't looking out of the baby's piggy bank, cause you broke them off with a policy. They gonna forget the fact that you always brought Tupperware to the barbecue, but ain't never bring no food, cause you breaking them off with a policy. And me, I'm happy I got my life insurance because before I got my coverage, the only thing I was going to leave my family was my PlayStation. And I don't got that many games. I got a real limited library. I got the game that come with the system. And it's the PS4. It's not even the PS5. It's the PS4. The least I could do is step my game up and get the latest console. You gotta step your game up in life. You can't stay stagnated. That's why for the first time in 10 years, I got myself some new bed covers. I got myself some new sheets. Men don't care about no new sheets. The only reason why we care about sheets is because we have a woman. If it was not for having a lady, we would ride those sheets till the damn wheels fell off. We don't do it for us. We do it for the buns. But we at war right now. The gas prices is high. The tariffs is high, man. What are those money, man? Trump promised us $5,000 each. He lied. The egg prices are astronomical. I love omelets and I love breakfast more than I love bedding. So you know what I had to do? I had to get my sheets from the Dollar General, yo. And if you know anything about them Dollar General sheets, they have a low thread count. They're very, very coarse. It's like you laying inside a bowl of shredded wheat. You need a pedicure just to get in your bed comfortably. Because you hop in that shredded wheat bed with them corn chips feet, it creates a lot of friction. You are liable to cause a fire. I think that's how all the blazes got started earlier last year in Los Angeles. Some dude hopped inside a shredded wheat bed with no pedicure. Half of Hollywood is gone, man. It's gone. It's in a blaze, man. Had to step my game up, man. I've been dealing with my lady for the past 21 months. The most faithful I've ever been in 10 months. I'm kidding. My lady's petite. She'll kick me in the shins. My lady's Puerto Rican, she's petite, and she's a professional lawyer. You know what that means? That's my life insurance policy. You know, she give me an allowance. This lady's loaded, man. Kicked her sons out the will, put me right in. If you hold it down in the bedroom, she will not only clean after you, clean the porta potty, she will kick her sons out the will. Nah, I can never cheat on my lady, man. I can never cheat on my lady, man. You know. But you know, we've been rocking going on 2 years, and the more you know the more you learn about somebody, you start to learn their idiosyncrasies, the things that bother you. Me and my lady was on the verge of breaking up. We was on the verge of ending. Because even though she loved me, she support me, she down with me, she put me in the will. My lady's not too skilled in this. My lady's not too skilled in the domestic area. She don't use no fabric softener in the laundry, yo. My clothes be coming out all crunchy and stiff. When I put on my work suit, I'll be feeling like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. And it's gonna make some of y'all black folks mad. My lady only used one dryer sheet for 2 loads of clothes. One dryer sheet for 2 loads of clothes. Black people use 7 dryer sheets for 1 pair of drawers. 7 dryer sheets for 1 pair of drawers. And she mixed the colors with the whites. I said, this ain't the dream that Dr. Martin Luther had in mind. When it comes to mixing my colors and whites, the Grand Wizard of Washington, I'm very, very racist. All my wife beaters was pink. So when you go into my underwear drawer, I look like the biggest supporter of breast cancer awareness. But nah, you know, my lady is, she always taking care of me, man. She always cooking for me. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I can't just go out all willy-nilly, indiscriminately, and just eat whenever I want to. It's almost like eating is cheating. I could have myself a snack tonight. My lady gonna be like, let me smell your breath. Is that Chick-fil-A on your collar? I said, no. That's pussy. Can't cheat on my lady. She gonna kick me on my shins, man. My lady hate that joke. And she's a licensed carrier. And if it becomes true, y'all gonna be carrying me in a casket, man. Who was Martin Luther King, man? Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King. I just didn't want to say king because it rhymed with another word in that joke. I don't like when my jokes rhyme like that. I don't like that. So, you know. Because what did I say? And she mixed the color with the whites. I said, this is not the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King had in mind. I don't like that rhymes. That's too sing-songy. So I took the word king out of it. And I said, and she mixed the colors with the whites. I said, this is not the dream that Dr. Martin Luther had in mind. They know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to say king and dream because it rhymes too much, man. Hey, that's all I'm pretty much going to give y'all. We're going on 30 minutes. I got to run into the store and I got to get a couple of things, man. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see y'all tomorrow here, circa 4:15, 4:30, 4:45 within this time. You know what I'm saying? I may not be specifically at the time that I say I'm going to be, but one thing I will say is I'm consistent. I'm here every day. Like I tell all my up-and-coming comedians, there is no such thing as writer's block. If the comedy guys are not giving you something new to write, that means that they are telling you to work on the things that they already gave you. And also, the most important advice to my young up-and-coming comedians, stay away from the nonsense, stay away from the drama, stay away from rumors, stay away from the negativity, keep it positive, keep it energetic, love life, lead with love. Life is an experience not happening to you. Life is an experience that you are experiencing. I'll let y'all. Peace.